Here, I do want to remind the girls of several really common consequences of trusting the wrong person. First, you have to use protection. It is for your own good. Having an abortion is enormously damaging to the female body. And also, if you got some STD, it may show in your physical examination for your whole life. Some of you knew that I had been dating my husband for approximately 10 years before we got married. So actually, when I first dated him, I was very defensive. I was maneuvering every step. I was trying to make him love me more, but never pretend to be someone you're not. Everyone wants to show his best side or her best side, but lying to be a totally different person is a whole nother thing, right? If your whole relationship is based on a lie, that will be a huge mistake. First, I want to say that I am really lucky to have found myself a true gentleman. He's known the worst part of me. He's tolerated every aspect of me. Of course, there are moments and fights that we're not proud of, but at least now, I think we're in a really good place. So I want to tell you how to find a good man. When it is a matter of your lifelong partner, whether it is business partner or your spouse, I think you really have to observe. You have to be a good observer. You have to notice how he or she deals with his personal relationships. And if somebody doesn't care about their parents, even though their parents really treat them well, that's also a no-go, okay? Because that means he or she is really selfish and ungrateful. So my husband, he is always being polite to salespeople, janitors, those people who cannot influence him in any way. So that's a very important reason why I chose him. And so this is what I call the characteristics of a person. That's something that's deeply rooted in his or her personality. It will not change just because of you. But I also want to remind you that don't be too judgmental. Everyone makes mistakes. There are mood swings, even for men. So do not just jump to conclusions just because one or two incidents. I mean, it is a long-term observation. This also applies to the friend theory. People often tell you to observe one's friends, but his friends don't absolutely 100% represent him or her. It can tell you something about him, yes, like whether he cherishes long time out friendships, or if what kind of activities he likes, whether he's a sports guy or he likes reading. But still, it does not represent him 100%. It is a comprehensive observation project. It is complicated because men are complicated. But remember to observe. That is your first step. Do not always believe what you want to believe. Fight that instinct and try to be as objective as possible. Okay, this one is really important. When you're certain that someone is not the right person for you, you really have to be decisive to end the relationship. It is about, damage control. The earlier you end it, the sooner you'll be better. Trust me on this one. Okay, let's call it a day. I really hope you can find the